Welcome back to the Ango podcast and another Top 10 Tuesday. Today's topic is our top 10 favorite video games of all time. And go.
Counter-Strike.
Ooh, good one.
Figures.
Is my favorite video game of all time. To quote...
Really?
Oh my god, yes.
Completely, of all time.
Of all time that I've ever
Crazy.
played in my life. To quote Honest Trailers, it's the uncut cocaine of first-person shooters.
I'm glad you feel that addicted to a game.
I remember one time I got Brian to play a little Counter-Strike, and I think it was a deathmatch game. And Brian was convinced that there was some trick or button that I wasn't telling him about because he kept dying. I was like, "No, bro, that's just how this game is, okay? You gotta get the hitboxes, you gotta be a little stealthy. You can play it however you want. You can snipe it up. In a 5v5 competitive game, there's no greater thrill than being the last man alive and getting like a 1v3 clutch. It's a great team game. I mean, in terms of... I'm gushing now. Obviously, there's no storyline, which I do like a storyline in a game, but it's just consistently, year after year, been so good. Counter-Strike Go, specifically, I think is the best iteration of Counter-Strike to date. Source fans will fight me on that. The 1.6 purists will fight me on that, but I think Counter-Strike Go is the best iteration of the game.
Which one was the one that we played back in the day?
1.6. That was...
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun playing that,
Fuck yeah, man. It's a great game. There's a high skill ceiling. I'm not even that good at the game, which I should be, because I've been playing since I was 15. I'm not even that good. I just enjoy playing it, you know? It's dynamite. It's a dynamite game. That's my number one pick. I'm sorry. I've been talking for 2 minutes solid about this, but I feel very strongly about it.
Love is very evident.
Thank you.
I'm going to throw two out there. I'll go with Dark Souls 2. That was my favorite out of the series, although it's hated by everyone else. I just like the dual wielding. And, of course, to represent my JRPG dorkiness, I'll go with Persona 3. It was the most difficult out of all the Persona games, most convoluted, but that's what brought the Personas to America for me. I loved it so much, I went back and tried. I bought like a $100 copy at a Otakon of the original Persona, which I didn't even beat. But that's how much I love Persona 3. But I also got to represent the Souls with Dark Souls 2. All of them were good. I want to pick the one I think was the best. Big dudes in armor, as people call that one. Yeah, I'm not going
to throw it back to an oldie but a goodie. The original Legend of Zelda on NES.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to agree with that.
I thought about that. The first one I played on SNES was... Well, the first one I played was on SNES, so Link to the Past.
Also would probably be on my list.
Yes, although the sequel to the original one sucked donkey balls.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I played any of the
Do we want to
Nintendo
throw
ones.
Link to the Past on there?
I definitely want Ocarina of Time on the list.
Okay.
So to have
I
OG
would say
Zelda...
Majora's Mask over
Huh?
Really?
Ocarina. Yeah, it was just
come
completely different.
Well, that I'll give it, but if we were doing top 10 franchises, I feel like Zelda would have to be number one, just based on our quick conversation here. But I prefer Ocarina of Time, personally.
I'll go with
So
Majora's Mask.
definitely.
Yeah. I never played Four Swords.
That was a gimmicky.
Yeah, because you like linked up with your friends on the Game Boy or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's pretty good, though. So we got OG Zelda.
Yep.
We got Counter-Strike. We got Persona 5. We
Three.
got Dark Souls. Persona 3, sorry, yeah.
Dark
And
Souls 2.
Dark Souls
Yep.
2, okay.
And then if we want to put Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time in there.
Put them on the list. Put Majora's Mask on there, too. We can always... We'll have to weed out which one. We can marinate on it a little bit.
The whole list is going to be just Legend of Zelda. One, Legend of Zelda.
If you guys listen to last week's podcast, you'll be surprised at Brian's fucking eagerness to get some more Nintendo shit on there.
Right?
Zelda is the exception to that rule. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mario 3 was definitely a contender for this list.
Yep, it was on my list as well.
Put it on there, man.
I mean, that's the only Mario game. I mean, I like 64, but that was more of a gimmick.
Oh, I don't know if I'd call it a gimmick, especially in its time. I mean,
Yeah, you made use of the technology. It's still GoldenEye. If we went with 64, I would say GoldenEye. That game,
also on my list. Yep.
yep, but I can't give Mario 64 a place on my list. It was a good game, but in the grand scheme of all games and all history, no.
I feel like GoldenEye was more relevant than it was good, thinking back on it.
Well, it was good, but as a shooter, it sucked. As a game, it was good.
Again, for the time period, I don't know. I don't even know if I would say it sucked, given the time it came out.
Odd Job, do I have to say that in multiplayer?
Well, that's the multiplayer, yeah. I guess I am. The single player was.
It was
addicting.
Good.
Yeah.
For its time.
We talked off air a little bit about the early Call of Duties. Oh, right. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah, Modern Warfare, the first
Modern
Modern
Warfare.
Warfare, Call of Duty
Yes.
4, right? Okay.
Yes, Call of Duty
I can
4.
back that.
Modern Warfare. Soap and Price.
Before
and
the
all that.
zombie modes.
Which were fun. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Early on, before they added the vending machines and all that ridiculous shit.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Probably my favorite survival horror game
Yeah.
by far, actually.
I want to say 7 should be on the list, but compared to Resident Evil 4,
If they had a strafe button, the game would have been perfect.
But I guess that would almost take away from the tension.
Yeah. But if you could have been able to strafe and shoot, I think the game would have been perfect. That was the only complaint I had playing it.
I mean, I even love the fucking side characters. I love the merchant guy. What are you buying? Fantastic, man.
What else you got?
Greatest games of all time. Rogue Squadron, man.
no,
Ooh, yeah.
good pick.
I bought it on Steam. Don't regret it. Once every 18 months or so, I'll play through again. I wish Battlefield 2 or Battlefront 2, the Star Wars one. I wish they were.
Yeah,
Starship
I would have to
Battles
put
was good.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 on this list if we're just throwing out games we loved in the past. Was that original PlayStation or PlayStation 2?
PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Damn good game.
Original PlayStation, and there were some good ones on that too. Parasite Eve 2.
No?
Yeah.
Yep. The second one was
Played it?
excellent.
Twisted Metal, do we want to throw on there?
The
I was
second one.
thinking it. Yeah. Second one's definitely a worthy contender. I didn't think anyone else would think about that, but
No, I like that we were all on the same page.
Yeah.
me and Bill played a lot of games together. I don't know how you're on the same page as us, Mike. Maybe we infected you with our bad or great taste, depending on how you view it.
Maybe good games are just good.
Or maybe that.
To represent Fallout, I think I got to put Fallout 3 on.
Yeah.
I would go with New Vegas. But after they got with the DLCs and after all the bug fixes, yeah. I like the storyline better. Fallout 3 was a great game, but comparing them side to side at the end, I think New Vegas inches out 3 by just a little.
I think the other way around. I like them both, but I think Fallout 3 was better. It was, definitely more innovative,
I think it's going to be up to Mike which one's going to come before.
I'm going to have to go with Fallout 3 because, all right, so first of all, you have the Beatles aspect. Without Fallout 3, you wouldn't have New Vegas, right? So you have the influential part. And Fallout 3, or New Vegas' story was more interesting. It was very compact, and it was almost a little bit more linear.
It also was more player choice. New Vegas had way more diverse ways to actually beat the game. Speech checks counted more in Fallout New Vegas. You could play as just a savvy person. Fallout 3, no, you had to rely on combat. You could rely on companions if you wanted to do a more savvy character, and you could play it that way. But you needed companions to complete the game as a speech specialist.
I guess what it all comes back to for me personally is like one of the greatest games I've had in gaming. I think, Bill, you were the first one I knew that had Fallout 3, and I bought it like immediately after I played it at your house. And like in the first hour and a half or something, there was this woman that had a bunch of bottle cap mines strapped to her, and I tried to diffuse the situation, to get the mines off, and I failed, and she just ran out. She was like, "It's too late," and she just ran outside and blew up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this is fucking amazing." So that's hard to. And New Vegas was good, but it felt a little bit because it was like a rehash.
That's
had a
kinda
separate.
how I feel.
Yeah, which you're making faces now, Brian, but that's.
Well,
I gotta go, but I get it. I mean,
I
it was
agree
a great
with you
storyline.
in some regards.
It was a more complex storyline. You had a lot of fun characters in New Vegas, but Fallout 3, man, changed the game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would even be fine with making it a joint entry, but they're separate studios, right?
Yeah, they are.
Sure.
Fallout 3 is a good one to have on the list, though. I feel like it should get numbered, honestly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so too.
New Vegas can be an honorable mention, probably.
What about Crash Bandicoot?
Really? Out of
Just
all
wanted
the
to mention it.
platformers, you picked it.
That's the one I played.
Any of the Sonics? I don't know.
That is tough.
That is
Both
tough.
2 and 3 were really good games.
Yeah, I would say 2 probably if I had to pick one.
Number 1, no. But 2 or 3, if you want to choose between the two, I'm down for that.
So are we putting Crash on there? I didn't.
No. It's,
Okay.
I just wanted to bring
It
it
was Mike with the jokes. Ha ha ha.
Well, it wasn't
Crash.
a joke. I just wanted to mention it.
Hilarious.
Just wanted to mention my main Crash.
And next, we're going to do Ratchet and Clank. Yay. That should be totally on the list.
Anything else from the NES era, like Contra or
I was thinking about Contra, but that
Ninja
was
Turtles
too hard.
3?
Turtles in Time was my favorite.
I
Turtles
think
in
we have
Time?
to go with Turtles in Time if we do any. That was the most refined out of the series. Me and Bill loved Turtles 3, but Turtles in Time was a superior game because of technology. No hate on Turtles 3, Turtles in Manhattan or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
Something about
that was it.
Manhattan.
All right, Turtles in Time. All right. Or Contra.
Gran Turismo 3. At Contra, I don't really have much experience
No.
with NES games,
It
honestly.
was too hard. The original one was too hard unless you had that code.
That's true. That is true.
And all the sequels weren't anything worth mentioning. They were fun. There was a few
Hardcore
fun ones,
was fun. Yeah.
but nothing worth really mentioning. Really wish I remembered that one Aliens first-person shooter game. A Zero Tolerance, was it?
Yes. Zero Tolerance. I played the hell out of that.
I don't even remember what era that was. Was that Sega or
That
Nintendo?
was Sega. Yep.
Okay. Damn good game for its time.
You want it on the list?
Yeah, definitely Zero Tolerance might get edged off. We should bring up Portal here.
Yeah. Solid puzzle game. Great writing.
Yeah.
Haven't played either one all the way through, but I've actually watched a lot of clips of it, and I know it's spoken highly of.
Yeah.
I love the cake is a lie thing. You got fucking J.J. Simmons, right, doing voice acting in Portal 1? Fantastic.
Well, this is our personal picks for video games of all time.
Yeah,
But
you're
it
right,
might
you're right,
make
you're
it.
right.
I'm an advocate for the original Portal.
Diablo 2
I can't
fan.
get behind that.
sucked a lot of my life away.
It was a good game, but of all time, no, I'm not going to go with that statement.
Yeah, just a personal favorite of mine.
It's going to go down to Bill.
Diablo
And-
2, you said?
Diablo 2. Yeah.
I'll throw it on there. I didn't really play the Diablos.
Gran Turismo 3. I'd be remiss.
Liked it, didn't love it.
I like racing games, so I'm just throwing my hat out there. I don't care if it gets bumped, but I'd like at least one racing game on the list.
Yeah, I actually was a fan of the Need for Speeds.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them were better than Gran Turismo 3.
In some ways they were, in other ways they were
versus
not.
Fun factor, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put freaking Twisted Metal over either one of those because you got the driving, but you also got the weapons. But that's just me personally. I would rather blow stuff up. And you have the racing
Which
elements.
Gran Turismo?
3. Gran Turismo 3, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I also liked
Mike had
Gran
me playing
Turismo
that.
Shifts. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. You borrowed it for like a week because you were mad that my Miata was beating every car you picked. And you wanted to soup your cars up.
Don't remember it, but that seems like that. I would not be very proud of being beat by a Miata.
What else? Greatest games of all time. Or personal favorites.
Final Fantasies? 7, 8? Tactics? I think Tactics would go on my list. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Can't argue
Everyone
with that.
fucking loves Tactics, man.
Which is awesome.
Never
I mean,
played it.
I want to put 8 just out there as representation, but that's the emo in me. Squall.
Shout out to Squall, yeah.
Yeah, that's my man. Broody. No wonder I like that game so much.
I was talking to someone today. She was saying that her first video game crush was Squall. Obviously, my first video game crush was Lulu from Final Fantasy X. The origin of the big titty goth girlfriend. Yeah.
Big titty goth girl.
Oh, God, so good.
I could not stand Titus. He was the most annoying protagonist ever.
Was he?
Okay, not ever.
Cloud.
No, Cloud does not compare to Titus. He was whiny and broody, but he was not just downright annoying as Titus. I liked the story, but I could not stand so many of those characters.
I'd have to agree with that, to be honest.
What else? Favorite game? StarCraft, shout out.
Okay. Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That was the original big one. I don't think anyone else would have really gotten into the RTS terrain if it wasn't for that Westwood studio. With, as I sure I brought this up before, Westwood first did a game RTS Dune something 2 or 2000, then did Command and Conquer. And that storyline was just insane. That mythos they built up. I'm thinking I'm going to push for that being at the low, like the 10 or 9 spot, just for the
Command and Conquer.
Yeah, just for the wacky ass.
So are we just going to lump the series together, or do you want to put a particular one? Like, I think we played Red Alert 2 the most.
This is personal, so I think we can lump things together if we want the whole storyline.
Yeah, because it kind of
they're in series.
Yeah.
I mean, Red Alert was sort of a different thing.
So.
Yeah.
I don't really like Tiberian Sun. I liked OG Command & Conquer and Red Alert 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those were the best, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably put that place in my heart.
I remember us setting up the Link game, and I was like, Brian, send your tanks and attack red. And you're like, which one's red? I'm like, the red ones. And you're like, I'm colorblind. And I'm like,
yeah. Color blindness stories. So many times. Can't tell purple from blue, red from like brown, at least in those monotone colors.
Yeah.
I would be a horrible bomb technician. Cut the red wire. Which one's the red?
They're all gray.
How much do we have, and do we need to? I'm not that colorblind, but
yeah. How many do we have on the list at this point?
We have 25.
Okay.
Jesus. Okay, so plenty.
I was gonna say, unless you want to do like a special edition where we pick like 20.
No, we don't have time. People don't want to listen to 20. Let's just do the top 10.
Yeah, we've got quite a few here.
I think we should lump a lot of Zelda together as number one.
Well, I think that's, at the very least, we should start getting rid of some of the Zelda games.
Okay. So, I would take out Majora's Mask if you're going to line them up.
I hate you guys.
I mean,
I don't think it's the best representative, but in the 360 realm, I like that better than Ocarina of Time.
You like
I
it better than
would give it to Link to the Past or the original Zelda, first of all.
Those are my two favorites, so I think one of those should make the list.
Link to the Past.
I would say the original, so Brian, I'll leave it up to you.
Link to the Past, sorry. I do love the original one, but the slightly superior graphics.
Everybody goes Link to the Past. All right.
Sorry,
all right.
man.
No respect for the OG. All right.
I mean, I
do
respect it.
Jinx, Mike, by the way.
I mean, we'll just put Mario on here. It'll be Mario
Oh,
Pong.
fuck off.
And,
Is there a place we want to put Link to the Past? Have we gotten to the numbering part or
good
no?
question.
I think if that's...
5. Brian, what are you saying? Sorry.
Didn't we all agree? Let's just not put that. Let's just do that. The Link, the Zelda representative for now.
Okay. All right. So that makes the list. I'm going to put a check mark next to that one.
Okay, fair enough.
Pen and paper. Old school of you to do, Bill.
I know.
We all went click, 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 click.
That's why I didn't. I was like, well, I'm clicking from the laptop. So.
Yeah. Smart.
All right. So we're gonna Majora's Mask. You want to get rid of that one?
I guess.
I mean, I like it, Brian. It's not that I don't like it.
Ocarina of Time. Are we going to cut that one?
I think should be on the list personally. If we don't have two Zelda games on the list,
2 Zelda games on the list on top 10.
I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong personally.
Ooh, see now, if I was going to go 2 on the list, I'd go OG, man. I'd go Legend of Zelda on the NES. That's me. I know Ocarina of Time is a good game. It's got a huge following as well, but personally, I think I throw it to the original.
Brian?
I'm
I'm conflicted. I know Majora's Mask should be out. I think Ocarina of Time should be out also.
All right.
Okay. All
We're
right.
going to cut that one. I was going to say, we've got a lot to cut, so. Let's see here. Counter-Strike. How we all feel about Counter-Strike?
Low tier list. It definitely is something that I enjoyed. Horrible
Mike's
at.
number one of all time.
It's
so
my number one game of all time. I
think
Yeah.
it's
would
probably
like it
got
on
to
the
make
list.
the list if you're talking about it's the number one. Although Legend of Zelda is probably my number one of all time, but
Okay. All right.
But that's all right.
So that's
all right.
that's a fair point. Put it on the
It
list.
should be on the list.
OG Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, I feel like are both relevant and distinct enough
Stylish.
to be on the list separately.
All right. I think we all agreed on Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Oof. Is that just based on that fact alone? Is that the number one? Early
It
number
might
one
be.
seed?
It might be, yeah. I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, I think we all kind of agreed on that as well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think top of the list.
No, I
No,
agree.
definitely not top of the list, but we all agreed on it, so it should be on there.
Worthy contender. You get
Um,
this ribbon. Yay.
I think you kind of got to put Mario 3 on there.
Yeah.
Can't argue.
So, all
And
right.
Command and Conquer.
Yeah, okay.
Agree.
Command and
Because
Conquer.
we
We
bundled
all
Command and
agreed on
Conquer
that.
up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
6
going to
right
knock
there.
out your StarCraft, Mike. I hope that's okay with you.
Yeah, I think Command and Conquer was better than StarCraft personally, so.
Yeah, no, I wanted to mention it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I enjoyed... I would rather have Counter-Strike on the list than StarCraft. Obviously.
Yeah, okay. So Counter-Strike. All right, let's we've got
I'll go with
7.
one of Mike's. Rogue Squadron should be on the list.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're going to knock out another one of Mike's, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Diablo. You're going to knock Diablo out.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
No love for
Diablo's off the
Blizzard.
list.
I understand.
And let's see. GoldenEye, is that an honorable mention?
Probably.
There's a strong case to be made for it to be on the list, but I don't think it makes the cut, ultimately.
And
When we're talking about
as
all these other great games.
And
And
let's
much as I
see.
like Twisted Metal 2, that's probably would be reserved for honorable mention over main list.
A lot of
Okay.
fucking
I
fun.
disagree. There was plenty of fun
No,
and
no, no, no.
carnage. The storyline was freaking bad,
Non-existent.
crazy.
Yeah, no, it was insane.
but fun
but-
game.
Yeah, it was one of the first arena games. It really made use of the 4 controller inputs on the PlayStation 1. Great time. Final Fantasy Tactics. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should go on the list.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do
I've never played it
honorable
myself,
mention on
but
8.
Yeah, 8 should
Yeah.
be dropped.
I think it should get an honorable mention at least.
Okay. Yeah.
one of the
So-
yeah.
Probably the most epic of those stories, but that's my personal opinion. My emo opinion.
I have zero knowledge or whatever of Persona 3 or Dark Souls.
Yeah. I really want Persona 3 to be up there. You can knock out Dark Souls.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does it take the last spot though, or is it an honorable mention?
What else?
So it's got that, and we've got Battlefront 2, which we could probably take Battlefront 2 off if we're say
Yeah.
or honorable mention maybe.
I gotta put Battlefront 2 in the same category as Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's honorable mention.
It was probably better, slightly.
Yeah.
All right. Parasite Eve 2.
See,
Take
I'm
that
not
off.
gonna. Yeah. It's
I enjoyed
too
it,
Resident
but-
Evil. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but not top tier.
All right. Take that off the list. All right, and we've got Fallout 3, which would be definitely
Yeah.
on my list.
That's
Yeah.
definitely has to be on the list.
So yeah, maybe if we wind up with a surplus of
We're going to take Portal off,
Enumerated.
Zero Tolerance, Gran Turismo
Yeah.
off.
yeah.
Okay, Turtles in Time is the only one where
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't know.
We all enjoyed that game.
We did.
Yes.
So I'm
All right,
like,
so
so here's
we
what
have-
we've got on the list.
okay.
We've got Command and Conquer, Final Fantasy Tactics, Resident Evil 4, Rogue Squadron, Fallout 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Mario 3, Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda, and Counter-Strike. I personally would probably bump Rogue Squadron for Turtles in Time, but that's a toss-up.
That's tough.
yeah.
This is a tough one.
I could get behind that, especially because we all came out for Turtles in Time.
Or maybe Modern Warfare? I don't know. Just looking at the list, it's a pretty strong list.
Yeah.
It is.
I like Modern Warfare, but I do not love it.
Yeah, I mean that's close. Any one of these could be easily on the list, you know. So
I'd rather play Rogue Squadron than Modern Warfare ultimately, so I'm
Correct.
fine if we want to bump it.
okay, so we want to bump that down to an honorable mention.
Yeah, it hurts. Definitely a tough call, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the right move.
Okay.
And since I'm the lone Counter-Strike guy, I'm fine with putting it at number 10.
Okay. Okay, so Counter-Strike is number 10.
Okay.
It's a good place to start.
Well, as we said, Resident Evil 4, loved by all three of us, probably
go
by
at
a
number one?
lot of people.
So we're putting it at number 1?
I'm fine with that, honestly.
I think Zelda should be next.
Yeah, which one? Link to the Past?
OG.
OG?
You're switching it to OG, Mike?
Well, I mean,
I'm fine
I
with
don't know.
either.
Link to the Past, I guess, because
Okay.
Brian and I both like it a lot, and Bill likes it fine.
Oh,
That
I
makes
love
sense.
it. They're always like number 1, number 2 for me, so it's hard, but if I had to pick, I think I would go with the original, but I'm fine with that.
Fair enough.
All right. What are we thinking for the third spot?
I want to put Fallout 3 on that.
Yeah.
On the third spot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's such a perfect blend of interesting storytelling, RPG elements,
And shooter elements. bunch
splash
other
of
stuff.
shooter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, I would go with Tactics, personally.
Okay.
I'm fine with that, even though I've never played it. Every single person I've talked to that has played Tactics loves it.
I still have it. We should play
I
it.
totally get it. Yeah, I don't
Alright.
know, maybe. It's on the Vita, right? Is that on the Vita?
I'm not sure.
Eh.
I mean, I have it on original PlayStation, so I'm not,
Oh, okay.
I think either Mario 3 or the original Legend of Zelda should make the top 5.
Because we're on number 5 at this point, right?
Yeah.
Original Zelda.
Or maybe Command and Conquer. We all liked Command and Conquer as well, so.
Yeah, I would lean more towards Mario or Command and Conquer. Or Mario and... I don't know. That is a tough call. I defer to you guys. Any one of those would be a fair top 5 or number 5.
Wait.
Command and Conquer, just because we It's
Okay.
not represented it.
All
But
right.
then OG Zelda,
Yeah.
and then Mario 3.
Okay.
They're just falling in place now.
Yeah, once we
Dropping
get
the
down
blocks.
to... But
We
now it
didn't
really
mention
gets tough.
Tetris at all. None of us mentioned Tetris. And for
I'm
good
good.
reasons.
So then I
Fuck
think we
Russia.
gotta put Turtles in Time next then at number 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that leaves Rogue Squadron at number 9.
Okay. Fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm glad I made the list, honestly.
Well, I love that game. Second one might have been better, but
Yeah,
they
no,
sort of get
technically...
blended into my head.
Technically and graphically, the second one was better, but the first one was groundbreaking, visually fine. The controls were tight. I thought it was fine. It wasn't a big enough departure for me to put 2 above 1.
Understand, yes.
All right. Well, it looks like we have our list here. A definitive list of our top 10 favorite games of all time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So coming in at number 10 is Counter-Strike. A lot of hours on that one. At number 9, we have Rogue Squadron. Number 8.
I hate escort missions.
Yeah.
All right, Adam Sessler, calm down.
Number 8, we have Turtles in Time on the SNES. Number 7, we have Mario 3. Number 6, we have the OG Legend of Zelda on NES. And number 5, we have Command and Conquer, and I guess we're grouping the entire series together with that one, right?
Solid series. I had a crush on Tanya, too.
Thumbs up.
It was the accent, wasn't it?
It was.
At number 4, Final Fantasy Tactics. At number 3, Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
At number 2, Link to the Past on SNES. And our honorable mentions, Final Fantasy VIII, Battlefront 2, Twisted Metal 2, and GoldenEye. And your number 1, or our number 1, video game of all time, Resident Evil 4.
Solid. I still feel good about Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I think this is a good list. I'd stand behind it.
Specifically on GameCube.
Gold
Like if I was
standard
doing it
in
myself, I might reorder some of it, but every game on the list I think was pretty good choices.
Pat ourselves on the bats for such a good list.
Yeah, can you hear?
Congratulations! Congratulations! Sorry, too much anime. End of Eva.
We have really good taste.
Okay, just end it before we just we're so great, we're so wonderful, our opinions are so awesome. Just end
you're
it
not lying.
before we break into it.
Well, this has been fun, hasn't it? We all talked about things that were kind of nostalgic, but still technically good. Storylines. Friendships were cemented. Tune in every Tuesday and Friday for more BBM goodness. We'll see you next time. Bye.